Hello, everyone. Dr. Allen here. Hope you're having a good week. I'm recording this on the Saturday of Labor Day weekend. Pretty much through 2 weeks of classes. Everything seems to be going pretty smooth in class. I know a few of you stopped by and asked some questions. Awesome. You're always welcome to do that. But with no further ado, I say I'm going to keep these things short. I think the first two have been a little longer than I usually try to do. So I'm going to try to keep my promise and jump right in. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hope you're having a good weekend now and getting out and enjoying the weather. This week, Google, excuse me, is what we're going to focus on. We're going to look at Google Classroom, which I think most people in this class have probably used at one time or another, especially during the pandemic. I mentioned that a couple times already with the prior weeks, but I'm going to show you how to make one in case you have not done that. It's very, very easy. I'm going to show you a few of the tools. I'm not going to break down each Google. There's a lot of things to Google, but I will make note of some stuff. There are some YouTube videos up if you want to explore a little further. Jamboard, for example, is something I won't pretend to be the foremost expert on, but I have fiddled with it and used it a little bit. If you're a math teacher, I think it would be a really, really cool tool because it's like a whiteboard you can use within Google. The assignments this week are going to be to create a Google Classroom, discussion board, and a blog. So, and the blog's going to be on Google Classroom. So, with no further ado, and of course, you're going to read chapter 3. Tech like a pirate. I'm sorry, I said chapter 3. Let me re-say all that. Reset. You're going to read chapter 2. You're going to do discussion 3. You're going to do blog 3 on the Google Classroom, which you're going to create. So, sorry about that. All right, now let's jump back in. All righty. I believe I've got week 3 pulled up here. And as you can see, everything's kind of outlined here. And again, I don't have everything open. I should hopefully have it open tomorrow a little early if you want to get a head start. There's the discussion prompts and a lot of the Google stuff. But at this point, hopefully everyone has a Google account because you're going to need it. But just to kind of give you an idea, Google Classroom is a learning management system. It's like um, Brightspace, Sakai, if you were here when we still had Sakai at Shepherd. If you've been in Berkeley County Schools, they use Schoology, things like that. It's another form of this. The nice thing is you don't have to pay money. You can create your own spaces. And I do know a lot of schools use Google Classroom as their learning management system for students. My son's school does, as a matter of fact. And I have to admit, I think it works pretty well. We're going to use the free version, which you get with your class when you sign up for Google, which is perfect for what we're going to do. I will say if you're in schools, a lot of times you can get like a pumped up version and it may have a little more bells and whistles. We don't have that. Obviously, like I said, I'm not asking you to pay for anything as far as this tech that we're doing. So you may see some stuff that might have more capacity when you're teaching. But today we're just going to go over it. But anyway, we're just doing the free is what I'm basically saying. As you can see, I mean, you can put announcements in there. There's classwork, videos, things like this. This is actually something, excuse me. This is actually something Dr. Gordon and I created for a Shepherd mini course that we did with another organization outside, well, not outside, with the University of Pittsburgh. So we can put our assignments up. We could put all of our handouts or videos. You can see there's PowerPoints. It's all on there. I know last week I talked about the website and we created, and everyone did an awesome job of the ones I've looked at so far. I have to say, probably more in a modern sense or more realistically, you're probably going to use Google Classroom or something like this more likely than a website, at least for that. And you can see you can grade within it. I'm not going to click that because I'm not for sure if any names or anything wrong there. But as you can see, and then there's a class code. And actually, when you create your Google Classroom, you can just send me this class code, and that's fine. There's also a QR code, I believe, you can pull up. There you go. You can do all that. You can send a copy, invite link to me. That's what you're going to submit. Class code always works well. And I will also say this, excuse me. I will also say this just in case, as I don't want anyone to worry. If I can't get into the classroom or send you an email that I can't, and you see a score that's like not high, don't worry. That's just to catch your eye. Like sometimes I'll put a 3 or a 4 in there just to make sure you see just look at the note and say, I might need another invite. If push comes to shove and for some reason I can't get into the classroom, I just ask people to take a screenshot. That very rarely happens. Most of the time, someone just needs to resend the link to me or give me access. Sometimes they don't open it up or something like that. So just a heads up. With all that being said, as you can see, this is one that I've made before, announcements. But what you are going to need to do, you're going to have your Google account. You're going to log in. You should already have one from Google Arts and Culture if you didn't already. You're going to hit the waffle. And as you can see, there are a ton of things in here. There's the Google Drive, which is basically your cloud where you can do that. There's docs, sheets, slides. I will just say this, just from having a teenager and what it seems like most people use and teachers, and from my own experiences, because Google Classroom was starting to become pretty popular when I left the K through 12 world. I think slides and docs are probably going to be the two that you're going to use the most. Sheets is like the sheets, like not like a Smuffin or MTO. Sheets, as in like Excel. But that one you may use if you're an Excel person. But Docs is basically the Word version of Google. And as you can see, there's tons of things. And this is what I'm talking about with a hyperdoc. You can make it like you can have multiple students working on the document at once. For example, you can maybe do something where they're editing or answering questions and they're working as a group. So as I type on this, as long as it's been shared within the group, multiple people can work on it. It's a hyperdoc. So, you might have questions like, when did, I probably should have something just pre-established, but you got it. You'll get the point. And I can answer it. If I share this with my son, who is actually currently studying World War I, he can answer questions on here too, and we can kind of go back and forth. A lot of English teachers I've seen use this a lot of times when you're doing like editing papers. Maybe someone takes something like the grammar. Some are looking for the flow, things like that. So that's a hyperdoc, and you'll be able to embed this if you want inside your Google Classroom. I'm going to actually ask you to put something like a hyperdoc within. Most people do docs itself, and a sign up sheet's fine. Like I want to sign up for a presentation or something like that. So that's that. Also, let me see if I can get sorry, my face is blocking a little bit of my stuff there. If you go back to the waffle there, as you can see, there's slides. This is, in some ways, I wonder if this one's used more than other, but this is basically their PowerPoint. Excuse me, I'm going to cough again. And you can see these are some of the presentations from that class that I actually pulled up. But you just hit it, you hit blank again, and you can just do a PowerPoint. And again, students can work on this. I know a lot of teachers will have students do presentations if you're doing group work, and they'll say, you're going to do the first 4 slides, and so you're going to do the last 4 slides. That's fine. Or, you know what, I mentioned World War I, maybe each person in the group has to do, one has to do the Allies and one has to do the Axis powers or the Central powers. Sorry, I said Axis, World War I, Central powers. And the Triple Entente. Got the two sides. I'm getting into social studies stuff. It's the two sides. Maybe I'm doing 4 slides on the Triple Entente and my partner's doing 4 slides on the Central powers. That can be just one doc. We can both work on it at the same time, and they can edit each other's work. And again, just to show you, just wanted to give you the heads up in case you didn't know this was here. I think most people do. As you can see, it looks very PowerPointy, and actually it auto saves. That's the beauty of this also, where if you're I've really tried to get used to, it's just on that cloud. So I've really tried to get very used to using things like this. I use ours at Shepherd, the Microsoft OneDrive, but I know a lot of people use Google also. And as you can see, like I say, these are things that were shared with me for different presentations and stuff like that. So I'm not an anime person, but this was actually pretty interesting. It was a presentation I went to at a conference. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm not, again, there's our arts and culture. If you go up here, there's Google Drive. YouTube, you can embed very easily. It is owned by Google. There's Jamboard. That's the one I mentioned. I have a YouTube video up on this. Like I say, I've never I never used it when I was teaching. I know a lot of math teachers really do like it though. Let me see if we can. Oh, there we go. There's our plus right down there. And just to kind of give you an idea of what it does, and you can fiddle with this if you'd like, but just to let you know that it's out there. You see, if I click my pin, like 4, this is terrible, plus 4, and again, you can do it as documents. You can submit this, you can share it, but it's just one of these type of things. And I know there's tons of apps like this, but this is one-stop shop. I think that's the power of Google. Everything's here, and you can build it within your Google Classroom, and you can share it within there. So that's Jamboard. You can also embed a lot of stuff now. We're going to talk about Nearpods later. We're going to talk about Quizlet, which I might get to. I might save that for next week, but I know most people have seen Quizlets. You can actually embed Quizlets in there. I think you can embed Kahoots in Google Classroom now. So, and we'll do a few of those later. Alrighty, I've been talking Google Classroom. All you got to do to make your Google Classroom, let's look at the assignment first. Let's jump back. Week 3. What's the assignment? Google Classroom. There's the assignment. Hopefully I was smart enough to attach something. I was not. That's okay. I'll make sure that it's on there. I know I have the assignment. Oh, there it is. Forgive all of the things that I have on here that are just insane. I'll make sure I embed, cut, and paste this within the assignment itself. A lot of syllabi I've been looking at. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, view the video in Google Classroom. I'll make sure there's a YouTube video up too. And you're going to read the instructions. And you're going to follow the instructions how to create a Google Classroom. Then, once you create your Google Classroom, I want you to do the following. I want you to post an announcement. I want you to embed a YouTube video. Very simple. I'll show you how to do that. And I want you to create a hyperdoc and embed it in your Google Classroom. And then you're going to invite me. You can just send it to my Shepherd account. If you really can't, for some reason the Shepherd one isn't working, just do Jason Allen, all one word, 1066@gmail.com. That will send it directly to my Gmail. So either one works, but you can do all that. Again, we're going to create an announcement. We're going to embed a YouTube video, and we're going to put a hyperdocs within it. So I'll make sure all this is right up in the thing, and I'll close that out. Okay, so what in the world are we doing? Let's go. Let's do it. All right, hit your waffle. There's an official term for that, by the way, but it escapes me what it's called. I just like waffle. Hit Google Classroom once you log into Google. You can see I'm going to have a few up here. Some have been shared and such. But when you get in here, all you have to do is hit your plus sign. And you can either join a class. So when you share your link to me, that code that I was showing you, if you share that with me, I can easily join. But we're going to create a class. I've read everything. I agree. And you're going to name your class. Well, just since I talked about it, World War I. And section, we'll say section 1. Subject, history. Let's do AP history. And room, it doesn't matter, but we'll say community 1C, which is my office. Let's create. Okay, there it is. And you can see, you can customize the background. I'm not going to get into that, but you definitely are welcome to. You can see you can upload photos, change the colors, things like that. You can see I've changed all that to purple. There's my code. That's what I would share if I was doing this class for my assignment. That's what you're going to share. You can just display it if you need to. Boom. You can copy the invite link. All works. But here's the thing. I said you have to create an announcement. I don't really care what the announcement is, but let's do this. We'll say, welcome to European history. This week, we are going to start with World War I, and you will be viewing a video and completing an assignment related to the view. I'm not looking, it doesn't have to be the world. And you can actually, here's the beauty of this, you can actually attach stuff, as you can see from your Google, if you have stuff in your Drive, your YouTube video, which I'm going to show you in a minute how to do that. And I'm going to post that. And look at that. My announcement is up. Yes. And they can comment and things like that and ask questions. So you can see we're going to hit this. It has people. I'm the only one in here, but your students, you can add students to it. You just click that button. I have a feeling if you're at a school, it probably auto loads, I think. Or, well, I shouldn't say that. Actually, most people actually send the invite to the students in the class, and then they send the code, and the students have to enroll in it. Correction on that. I just went through all that. That's why I was reprocessing. All right, classwork. As you can see, you can do other attachments, and there's a calendar and settings, but we're going to create a classwork. So I'm going to hit create. I'm going to hit assignment. I don't care how you get the Google video up, but I would just recommend this way. World War I name causes. You can do your instructions, please. You can expand on that if you want. We'll attach that. And we're going to say World War causes. And as you can see, there's tons of videos. I'm going to pick this one, the Imperial War Museum, if that's the actual one. We're going to click that one, and it's there. You can create more stuff and all, but I'm going to assign it to my class. I should have showed that. Let me click that again. So you can see this is good. You can edit, just hit your 3 things. You can add your points and stuff right there, and it shows you all that, and you can link it. And you can add your instructions. Okay, so that's there. And let's go back to the stream. As you can see, still have my announcements, and look what's up there. The assignment, so the students can just post it, and it's there. Instructions, and there's the video again. So that's all you got to do is just to add the Google. I'm sorry, to add the YouTube to the Google Classroom. Next thing, we want to do classwork. Again, we're going to create another assignment. By the way, I don't care if it could be a question, it could be material. Let's do material. Okay, we're going to do sign up sheet for presentation. Okay. That's just like, please sign up for your World War I presentation date. Okay. I'm kind of making that up, but you get the point. You can go to Google Drive. This is where all of our hyperdocs, the ones that I said that they can kind of all work on at the same time and things like that. I said we would go to it. Now it's slow. Okay, as you can see, there's a couple that I've worked on today. There's actually a sign-up sheet that I worked on before, so I'm just going to use that one. You can make new ones, but these were ones I already had in the docs, and you might want to do that. I want you to click on that and add. And not save. We're going to post it. Oh no, it won't let me do it. I don't know why. That's weird. It said that it's my own drive. Oh, I limited access. That's on me. Let's see if it let me do it now. Yep, it did. Okay. Yeah, I was a little worried there. And that's all you got to do. As you see, the sign up's there, and you can sign up, and it should be a stream. That's it. You just do those type of things. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare everyone with I had limited access to it, but it looks like it fixed it and did it anyway. And there's the sign up sheet. And as they type, the beauty of this is I can edit it, then the next person can edit it and sign up dates. And you're probably thinking, hey, what if someone changes a date? You can go back and like look at the timeline to see if anyone took anyone's name out or anything like that, if that becomes an issue. So that's your assignment. Announcement, post the Google Docs. I'm sorry, Google Docs or hyperdocs of some sort, like a presentation, things like that. Post a YouTube video. Make sure you have the class created, obviously, to post all these in. You're going to do a blog on that, and you're going to do discussion. That's Google Classroom. That's the video this week. So let me jump back just to make sure, because I bumbled through that a little bit. But I want to make sure we're on the same page. That's it. That's all you got to do. So Google Classroom, an announcement, insert a hyperdoc, insert a YouTube video, share it with me, do the blog on the Google Classroom, whether we use it, and do the discussion board. And that's it. And have a good week. I will hopefully have everything up to date with the websites graded no later than Monday. And hopefully everyone gets out, see, maybe go to the football game or something like that. I've worn Shepherd Ram shirt. I don't know if you can see it in support. So we'll see how all that goes. I'm babbling. I'll let you go. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. And again, stop by anytime if you need to talk to me. So bye.